Vehicular number 62, Eureka Police Department, type.
Phil doesn't get smoke here, so Phil, you're okay though, man? Alright. Did you volunteer today or no? I didn't see a free meal. I hate you. I didn't see you down at free meal.
Oh.
I didn't see you down at free meal volunteering today.
Oh. Well.
You volunteered last week, right?
Different times.
Different times. Do you volunteer every day or no?
I prefer not to comment.
Okay. Well, you should volunteer every day. It's good. They're always looking for people to volunteer down there, so.
Excuse, sir, may I have your badge number?
Yeah, it's like Sergeant LaFrance.
Oh, you're LaFrance.
I am LaFrance.
What is your badge number?
22.
22. 22?
I'm a sergeant, so I have a number 2 number.
Huh.
You know me then? Is that good or bad?
I prefer not to comment.
Okay. So you don't want to talk like a regular human being?
Oh, I prefer not to comment.
It doesn't bother me. It's just, I try to talk to people like they're personal individuals, and that's all. That's how I prefer to do business with people, because, again, when these guys want to get into drug treatment or to housing or employment, we try to work with them to get that going forward, so I treat everyone like the same. Everyone's an individual, so that's why when I have conversations with people, I like doing, like, normal talk with people. So that's fine. It does not hurt my feelings at all, but again, my approach is not a different approach than you have. So I like to treat people as individuals. I look past uniforms, I look past homelessness, I look past addiction, and be able to do that. And so hopefully other people can look past the uniform and see me as a person, not just this.
Well, I prefer to, I am a taxpayer, hence I love to exercise the Bill of Rights. My rights. The First Amendment is the right to privacy.
Okay, outstanding.
Hence it's not about being not normal or not, it's knowing the law.
Sure. And you can absolutely exercise your right. I'm just trying to talk to you like a human being, though. So I enjoy interacting with people like a human being. So, hence we're down at the service center to talk with people all day long and trying to be regular people to help people out, get them off the street into a better place. So, but again, you should volunteer down there if you get as much as you can. They need good help. So.
Oh, you want to get people off the street? Perhaps you may want to speak with the president of AHA, Nezi.
I know Nezi.
Hence perhaps try to figure out, I explain how to get people off the street. Hence it's like, what's the delay?
Housing, a lot of it.
I humbly state, I know the law. I know that there is.
This is good. We're conversing like adults. This is good. I like this.
The housing funds are there. It's a matter of, the situation is who's pocketing the federal government funds.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. We need housing. I agree. Absolutely agree with you.
I know.
We need more treatment
money
there
is treatment money? For what?
For drug treatment?
Really?
Yeah.
Perhaps people need to stop. Like American Red Cross gives out like needles and stuff. Perhaps. Hence it's like, perhaps if people didn't have needles, they wouldn't have needles to stick into their. They're not pin cushions.
You're a very interesting person. I like that. It's good. So yeah, I talked to Nezzy whenever I see her. Yeah, she called me not too long ago. So I know Nezzy. She's a great lady. I like her a lot. So.
May I humbly ask, may there be any funding, a grant or anything within which may be utilized towards purchasing tents?
Tents? That usually is done through, I know the city does not. And again,
there are no funds for that?
I don't think you're going to see a tent city anytime soon in the city.
Really?
Yeah. Were you here? How have you been here before?
I prefer not to comment.
Okay. So years ago, after we had the Palco Marsh vacation, we actually had set encampments.
Excuse, what is it?
After the Palco Marsh. Palco Marsh, we had 300 people camping in the marsh, or 200 camps, I think around 300 people camping in our wetlands.
Oh.
They vacated those people. We actually had established encampments, and they were complete disasters.
Oh, well, I explained to Nezzy one thing is that nobody should ever be handcuffed for ever being considered homeless.
I would agree with you.
the situation has to go back to, has to be reviewed via, well, who has the deep pockets?
That's why I treat people as individuals. I look past that and based on their behavior, not on their status in life.
It's not the homeless or who may be considered homeless. It's, well, who is stealing the federal government funds? The housing funds are there. The housing funds are there. And say, who has it?
I don't know. That's a good question. I wish I had it because I could just house people and get people set up in a better lot.
Is it possible to have the mayor speak? Sarah Seaman, perhaps?
No, it's not.
Who's the mayor?
It's Susan Seaman.
Oh, Susan Seaman. May I humbly ask, may you please speak with the mayor to speak at an event at the St. Vincent de Paul and explain...
Which event?
One of the lunch program times, perhaps this week.
I don't know that well, but I probably couldn't get her fast that well. However, she does. I think it's every Monday. She has an opening up at City Hall. Yeah, you actually talk to her in person if you want.
Well, is it possible for Susan to travel to St. Vincent de Paul?
I'm sure she could if someone actually went and talked to her personally, said this is the reason why.
Perhaps
guessing.
you? You are a sergeant?
I don't know. I don't know the exact.
You
reason.
claim you're a sergeant?
I'm a sergeant.
Sergeant?
So I don't know the exact reasons behind why you want me to go through Wednesdays.
Somebody.
But you can hear yourself. You can actually meet.
You're claiming to be a sergeant. You should have that type of. Gosh.
What's your idea? I don't want to steal your idea.
Well, perhaps you may.
I don't want to plagiarize your idea. See?
Is it plagiarizing?
She has openings. I think Monday or someday a week. We actually check the City Hall.
I mean, to make time.
You make time.
To have time and be like, well, can't fix the housing, whatever the excuse is. Well, travel to the St. Vincent de Paul and explain that.
Sure.
What's going on? Who's pocketing the federal government funds? The housing funds are there. Who is it?
I don't know. I'd like to know
who has
too.
the deep pockets?
Yeah, she's available at City Hall, so whenever you want, you can talk with her. I think she works another job, I believe. So it's only being a mayor and a council person is only a part-time job. Well, it's a full-time job. It's just they only get paid a very small amount, but they usually are there one day a week at City Hall. You can talk to them.
That's it?
Yeah, because they make $700 a month. That's it for a stipend.
Oh, that's quite a bit for somebody who, for what, one day a week? My gosh, I can be mayor. I can make that one day a week work.
In America, you can run for mayor if you want. So,
is it possible?
Sure. You can run for mayor if you want. Absolutely.
When's the election?
Probably a couple years from now.
Oh, well, perhaps Susan needs to step down and have somebody fix the housing problem.
You can actually run for mayor. So.
I don't want anybody getting hurt. I don't want a situation within which others are getting harassed because via the situation, because they're being considered homeless. That's not the law.
So you got to be the change you want to see, right? All right, have a good day. Take care of yourself, all right?
Take care, badge number 22. Vehicular number 62, badge number 22. Sergeant LaFrance, or LaFrance. That was something of such. 1367046. Code violation, no vehicles within the park.